Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back to Houston Real Estate Radio. I want to continue the conversation we were having last segment with Ian Faria. He is a director in the construction and real estate section of the law firm Coates Rose. And he's been talking to us, giving us some great information, consumer information, from a real estate perspective on new construction homes and kind of how you as a consumer have some rights when you're purchasing a home and how to go about getting things fixed if you have problems with that new home. So I want to start talking about warranties. Because when you buy a home, a new home, you normally get your 1-year warranty, and that builder will come out and fix whatever the issues are during that first year. After that first year, you normally continue to have a warranty, but the warranty changes. So tell us about that.
Sure, and that's a great point. One of the things that I see in my practice is I have an opportunity to meet with a lot of homeowners who are buying oftentimes their first home. And one of the things that they look for, especially when they're working with a big production builder, is they want name recognition and someone that's going to stand behind them. And of course, what I'm asked to do is take a look at the worst scenario. The worst case scenario that comes out there is your builder goes out of business, your builder disappears, or your builder doesn't disappear. He just decides, I don't care about your problem anymore. What do you do? Well, one of the easiest things that you can do is when you're buying a home is to make sure you get a really good third-party warranty. And one of the things I'm constantly telling my clients is make sure you read it before you agree to either pay for it or to be bound by it. And the reason why is there are multiple kinds of third-party warranties that are out there, and some of them are great, a lot of them aren't. A lot of times what I've seen is a third-party warranty that said that when you read it, the first page it says, we're going to warranty your house for you. The second page says, here are all the things that are going to be warrantable, and here's if it's a defect, this is how you'll know it's a defect. But when you read the kind of the fine print at the end, what it says is, but oh, by the way, we're not going to pay to fix it, but we'll act as a third-party neutral to communicate between you and the builder, and hopefully the builder will fix it.
Hopefully doesn't sound good.
And no, it doesn't. That doesn't give me a lot of warm fuzzies on the inside if I'm a homeowner.
Right.
And so, but there is resolution. Obviously, again, you can always go to your legal counsel, follow Chapter 27 of the Property Code, put on your notice letters, and if you have to, file a lawsuit or go through arbitration. But more importantly, we'd hope to even avoid that. When you're at your closing or before your closing, you're going to have an opportunity to read your sample warranty package, the one that the builder gives you, and if you've bought a third-party warranty, what the third-party warranty company is going to give. The thing I always tell a lot of my clients is make sure it says the words insured. If it says insured, that generally is going to mean that the third-party warranty company will pay to fix the defect or the problem if the builder won't, and then they will go argue with the builder over who's responsible.
And if that builder's out of business, they'll still correct it.
Yes, they will, and then that's just their burden to go after that builder if the builder's filed bankruptcy, left the state, or done whatever.
So it's got to be an insured warranty. That's the main thing.
That's what I look for.
And the warranty's really as good as the builder.
It is, and I will tell you.
Reputation's a big thing, right?
It is. I will tell you, I have worked with a lot of very well-known production builders in this state and in this city, and they are just as good as their word. But just like we said moments ago, a lot of them will absolutely be proactive and work with you to make sure there's no problems because they don't want to be coming back either.
Right. They want you to be happy with the house and go tell your friends to come buy a house in the neighborhood.
Absolutely they do because their best advertising is you going out there telling about what a great product you have.
Right. Yep, that is true. So now the warranty, when you sell the house, let's say after 2-3 years you sell the house, does that warranty transfer to the new buyer?
It sure does. The warranty that your builder gave you does transfer to what we in the legal terms call a subsequent purchaser.
Okay.
As well as your third-party warranty usually is transferable as well.
Okay.
So, any prospective buyer of your house will have the same kind of confidence that you do based on what you're selling to them. And it also depends on how old the house is because, as you know, the home builders, they only warranty the house for so long. You have 1 year kind of the bumper to bumper, all things are covered, and then you generally have a 2-year warranty on all the mechanicals like your HVAC system, your plumbing, and then you're going to have a 10-year warranty on load bearing or structural matters like your foundation. So once you're past 10 years, Well, actually, really, the major issue is once you're past about two or 3 years, you're kind of on your own, which is why you really want to have a third-party warranty to cover those issues that arise.
Okay. And when we do resale purchases, normally the home buyer does get a new warranty. Either the seller purchases it for them or the buyer purchases it themselves. Do you recommend those warranties?
I do, again, with the only issue being read the sample ahead of time and make sure it's a warranty that's insured that says that it's going to pay if the seller can't.
Okay.
Because in those situations, you're obviously not going to be necessarily going after the builder. You're going to be, your concern would be, what didn't the seller tell me?
Yeah.
What did they conceal?
Didn't disclose something.
What did they disclose on that disclosure form before you bought it?
Yeah. And, we talked about there are some fabulous builders in our area. We talk about all the time on the show how great our builder community is. And GHBA, what a great supporter they are in the community. They do so much to give back. Just a lot of great builders that give a lot to our community and help our community. And we're going to talk about some of those programs on our Veterans Day show. So there's some great ones out there, but there are some that are kind of the fly-by-night. So how does a consumer need to vet a builder?
I can't speak more positively about doing your own due diligence. You as a consumer, you can check with the Better Business Bureau. You can check with the local Chamber of Commerce. I think a great resource, especially here in Houston, is contacting the Greater Houston Builders Association. I've been working with them for over 10 years, been a member myself. I think they're fantastic. Additionally, you can also search the local records. The real estate records, they're online. You can go see what they own, what they don't own as far as lots. You will see the bank notes and deeds and things of that nature, so you can have an understanding. As well as, it's a little bit more cumbersome, but you may want to hire an attorney to do a court record search to find how many times they've been sued. Who's been suing them? The homeowners, their subcontractors, are they not paying their bills? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different things you can do, but for most people, buying a home is the single largest investment they'll make in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to spend a little bit more money or a little bit more time making sure you're getting the right one?
So let's talk about build on your own lot. A lot of people are doing that these days. They find the lot that they want and purchase it, and then they go and get either a construction loan or they have the cash to build the home, and they find a custom home builder to build for them. Any advice that you would give them?
Yes. And that's a great question, is that, number one, I cannot stress enough that they need to have the contract reviewed, because the contract that custom builder will give you, I can almost guarantee will only be favoring the builder and not you as the homeowner, the person paying for this. That's number one. Number two, there's certain little hidden things in those contracts. The first one that I point to most people is there's likely going to be a waiver of a jury trial and an obligation to go to arbitration. I would almost uniformly strike that provision, because if you do have a dispute with this person, with this company, you would much rather have 12 people in your community make that decision than you would an arbitrator who's getting paid by both you and the builder, who's more likely than not to split the baby. On top of that, I think one of the most critical aspects is payment schedules. And what I mean by that more specifically is there's always going to be a draw series, depending on how many the stages of construction. And what I always tell my clients is that you can, especially when there's a construction loan, because the bank will require that before they distribute funds, that the bank will want to come out and inspect the property. The bank's not doing that for you. The bank is not concerned about whether or not you're satisfied with the construction. What they're making sure is that is their asset, the one thing that they can sell to satisfy the construction loan, is it there and is it going up the way it's supposed to?
Right.
So along those lines, what I always tell my clients is hire your own inspector, make sure they're inspecting the work as the work progresses, and then more importantly, take a look at the draw request schedule and make sure that you require that 10% retainage be withheld from every draw request. And the reason why is that in Texas, if you withhold retainage, if there ends up becoming a dispute over liens or other items, those subcontractors are only going to be able to recover their pro rata share out of that retainage.
That is good to know. And also lien releases, you want to have those.
Absolutely critical. You not only want to have a partial lien release that's on the periodic payments that you make, but you want a final lien release that demonstrates that all bills have been paid and that all work's been completed and that they have no claims against your household.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today, Ian. Appreciate it. Lots of great information for consumers out there. Thanks for tuning into Houston Real Estate Radio, where we bring you guests and information that you can use in your next real estate transaction. If you have a real estate question, you can call us anytime at 281-882-8088. And anything that we talk about on air, you can always go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com to get more information about it. Join us next week, 2 p.m., for more information you can use here on Houston Real Estate Radio.